Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the SHG family. Tonight is a special night. We're going to be talking about the BEB360. This is a special training on that. And Steve, we're going to be also talking about MMM a little bit, right?
Yep, My Millionaire Mastery also, yeah.
Yes, very important. So we want to welcome everyone to this call tonight. And my name is Omar Garcia. For all of you that don't know me yet, I'm the Latino developer for Saving Highway Global in the USA and international market. And we want to welcome everyone to the call tonight. We have Mr. Steve Gresham over here, our CEO and founder. And we're going to be talking a few things tonight that you should have pen and paper down. We're recording this event tonight so we can share, but make notes, because the notes are very important that you're going to keep in handy.
You know, we all have setbacks, we all have defeats, but you got to realize that today is a brand new day. Today is a day that could get you on the path to not worrying about bills anymore. A day where you're investing $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month because you've got 10 or 20 grand coming in, and you're saving some of it, you're using some of it to get out of debt, you're using some of it for fun, and you're investing to leave a legacy for your family, right? I want you to just imagine that kind of life where you really have money coming in, whether you go to work or not. This is a business that you do where you continue to get paid. And we're going to have a really cool call tonight. We're going to talk about two ways that's going to happen. So BEB360, Best Employee Benefits, just a phenomenal program. We already have businesses coming in every day, folks. Every day businesses are coming in. We're sending out the proposals now. We've got 5 more to send out tomorrow. And we're going to close these deals where we're giving the business owners this much value for this little price, and you're making a cut. And you get paid month after month for as long as that business has employees. You're getting paid over and over and over.
I'm excited because I'm a 76-year young man. And I think that I'm like a lot of 76-year-old young men, that we weren't able to plan for the future financially. So I see this as an opportunity to finally be able to leave something for my family.
There's a need for something like this. And we have lots of mom and pop businesses around. And I'm so excited because I can go and tell them, you can do this.
Great. So if you feel like this is something you could go and you could say, hey, business owner, we've got some great benefits. Which ones would you like for your employees, right?
Oh, yes. That would be very easy to do.
Fantastic program. I got to say, last night it's a great add-on for what I'm doing. I've already approached 2 restaurants. Manufacturing facility has about 500 people. I meet with them on next week. So off to a good start.
Yes, I'm from New York.
Oh, New Yorker.
Yes. So I listened to the recorded because I wasn't there last time when you came on it. So I listened and then I was excited about it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to join today and see what it's all about. So the income, the residual income that you'll be making, and all the benefits, they are all amazing benefits, that you're going to get. Dental, vision, the roadside thing for the car insurance and all of that. A lot of benefits that we can get from this.
I'm calling in from Dallas, Texas, and I see this as a phenomenal opportunity, and I definitely want to get this rolling. And I have a lot of businesses in mind that I can approach. But thank you for sharing the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, great. Everybody, we want to bring on Mr. Brian Del Salvio. He is a phenomenal guy, and he's taught me so much. I just really want to thank you so much, Brian, for coming on tonight. And he's going to basically tell us, why Savings Highway, and then he's going to start sharing some of the benefits and some of the knowledge, because the more you have knowledge about the benefits, the better off you'll be. Thank you, Brian, so much. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me, Steve. Omar, nice to see you. Thanks, everybody, for joining. My name is Brian Del Salvio. I'm Vice President of Sales at a company called New Benefits. We're the administrator that Savings Highway Global has partnered with, basically behind the scenes of the BEB360 program. So, yeah, Steve, why I partnered or why we started working together. I remember the first conversation I had with you, and your passion just kind of came through the phone to me from day one, as it still does today, obviously. So that's one of the reasons. And then we kind of just took it from there. I'm grateful for the relationship. But as Steve mentioned, New Benefits, we basically have been in business for 35 years, and we do business with basically 75% of the top 100 insurance consulting firms in the country, United Healthcares of the world, MMAs, Hubs, Gallagher's, as well as many large associations. We have millions of members that we administer here at New Benefits. But no, I mean, it's not just all about that. It's about, partnering with the right people that are passionate about what they do. And really, these benefits are here to help employees and family members and just members in general save money on their out-of-pocket expenses. And the employer group market is ripe for this right now because, the core solutions like the core health insurance and other solutions are, very expensive. And one thing that you get by promoting the BEB360 program that you wouldn't typically get elsewhere is the ability to market these programs to even small to mid-sized groups. So we're taking very, very large corporate benefits of some of the largest publicly traded companies in the world, like Teladoc as an example, for virtual healthcare, and making those benefits available to even very small to mid-sized groups as well. So basically what you're getting is access to 30 plus benefits, actually all in one place at discounted wholesale pricing. So based on the volume we do across the country, we're able to negotiate pricing at a very low wholesale cost. And then we're able to eliminate a lot of the restrictions that these vendors typically have on employer groups, one of them being size, as I just mentioned. So typically some of these vendors would only be available to groups that have maybe even 500 plus employees. In this situation, we're able to bring them down to even the small group market. And you're also able to have full flexibility by submitting that form to Savings Highway or to BEB360, and you could put together a completely customizable benefit package for each one of your groups. So maybe Group A needs a certain set of benefits. Their employees are asking for certain things, or they're a younger population. Another group may be a completely different population. That's totally fine because you're able to put together completely customizable packages to meet the needs of each one of those employer groups.
What blew my mind, Brian, was we were talking about this just a couple of weeks ago, and I said, well, what's the smallest number that we have to do a custom portal? We're talking about a customized savings portal and app with a logo, with a card made up, with a beautiful brochure that New Benefits sends out, totally on our behalf, right? I mean, it's like they have a whole team of experts, and one of the things, the smartest thing they ever did is they got connected with a printing house, like married with this printing house. So I can go in and say, oh, John Smith needs another package. I press a button and it just mails out. Like, this is amazing. But when he told me, Steve, if they have at least 10, I thought he was going to say 100. If they have 10 employees, and I said, well, Brian, does it have to be employees? Could it be 10 bodies? What's the answer to that?
Yeah, I mean, as long as a group has basically 10 plus members, we can certainly set up that custom group and even brand, to Steve's point, brand the membership booklets, the member cards that they'll receive in the mail, the mobile app, and a member portal, all branded to that employer group.
Amazing. I mean, this is really a godsend. I've been given the creative vision. That was the gift that God gave me, is creative vision. I have too much of that. But actually partnering with people who have implementation and success, and a 35-year-old company here, millions of bodies. And we're the only ones that have this, guys. Nobody else has this situation where you could go talk to a mom and pop. They could have 5 employees and get 5 of their cousins and friends. And they could have a private label for their pizza joint offering the benefits. And then we're going to talk about later, I know we had a lot of people asking about how we're going to do the fundraising. So we are going to be able to create stores. There's going to be a minimum amount of members, but we've got, I had a lady yesterday, she's got 3,000 to 4,000 church members. We can definitely do it, right? I think right now the minimum is 500 on that, but we're going to figure out, where there's a will, there's a way, right? But we want to have fundraising in this as well. Brian, right now, if you could kind of just explain to them how that could work, like if they had 500 bodies, how could we create a store and how could that make money for them and also make money for us and the reps?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So it's kind of two sides of B2B 360 that I'm kind of thinking about, right? So you want to think about it as the employer group side, which we just talked about. So it's the group side of things where we'll actually invoice the employer and collect that invoice from the employer group. But the other side that Steve's mentioning is also kind of almost a direct-to-consumer type model, but through an affinity group type situation. So that could be a fundraising situation for a church. It could be an association or any other type of affinity group as well. So that's where we could actually create a completely customizable, almost like an Amazon for benefits. So we call it a digital marketplace. So we put together some custom packages on a marketplace where those members of that affinity group or association or church can go and purchase these benefits directly via debit or credit card directly on that digital marketplace.
And so, guys, I want you to understand how beautiful this model is. The church or the group that we set up that you introduce, right? They need to have 500 bodies at this point. I have a feeling if we bring many and we do a lot of business, we may be able to get that lower. We'll start twisting arms, right? But we got to get the volume in, right? That's how you get leverage. You guys bring them. So we get, some churches and some big organizations, and they want to have that set up. The beautiful thing is New Benefits sets up the portal. They set up the marketplace. They take the money. They send out the benefits. They provide the apps. They provide the logos. They do everything, right? And then I sit here and go, oh, okay, it's the 5th of the month. Thank you for that check. Oh, who do I need to pay? And then you get paid. I mean, that's how simple this is, right?
Yeah. The other piece of the puzzle also, you mentioned a lot of things that we do provide. Someone asked about marketing materials. We definitely have approved marketing pieces that Steve and Omar can get out to you as well. So we handle that part for you as well with the approved marketing language and approved marketing materials. But also on the member support side, another thing is actually our on-site concierge team. So our member support team that's English and Spanish speaking. So any questions that the employees or members have after they've signed up for the benefits, they'll actually be able to call in and speak to somebody, and they can answer any questions they have, help them maximize using the benefits throughout the year. And then they can also even chat through the mobile app 24/7 to get any questions answered as well.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, this is the what they call the creme de la creme, the top of the top, guys. And it's yours. Because of my relationship with Brian and all the people who play a part in that, and his relationship with this company for so long, and trust factor, these types of businesses can be done, but it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, we've been working together, 3 or 4 years already, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But, folks, what we had before, Savings Highway Global is for families. BEB360 is for businesses, and the families get to make money alongside the businesses. And My Millionaire Mastery is for those of you who want coaching to actually become a millionaire. And we have a system to do it. It's actually a no-selling system. We're actually going to tell you, do not talk to anybody if you want it to work. So we're going to cover everything. And then we have a free membership. We monetize free, right? I mean, Savings Highway has become like, if you ever followed Star Trek, it's the Borg. We will assimilate you. Resistance is futile. So everybody should be a part of Savings Highway. Even if they're a free member, we're going to help them save money, right? What I'd like to do, Brian, is go to BEB360 and have you kind of comment on some of these benefits as we go down. Would that be cool? Kind of give a little insight, like maybe some things that aren't absolutely apparent, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. One thing also in your back office, everybody, if you go in your back office right now and you click, let me refresh this. Okay. If you click over here, you're going to see this marketing agreement right here. And so everybody, if you want to make money with this, it's optional. You don't have to do BEB360 at all, right? But if you do, you need to click this. And this is a savingshighway.com MRA, right? Marketing Representative Acknowledgement. And this is from New Benefits. And if you want to make money with this, it's a very simple document. Take you like 2 minutes. But you definitely have to go in here and do this. okay? Then I have to sign off on it, and then you're approved, right, to get paid. All right, so that's very important. But let's go to BEB360. We're getting a lot of great comments on the website and everything and all the great things that we have here. And, you can just kind of show this to an employer and say, hey, which benefits do you think your employees would like? That's all you do, guys. You don't sell them anything. You say, look, we're going to do a custom portal for you. Well, how much is it going to cost you? Well, let's fill it out and see what they quote you. But it's very affordable, even as low as $30 a month. You could say that. And that's not going to scare any business owner away. But, your logo here, and this is actually, some of the benefits I have, just incredible. All these things are real. They all work. They're all top notch. And, you just get down here, and now we get to the actual form, right? So you put your name here when you're filling it out with the business, or they're filling it out, but you put your name here, okay? You're going to put your name and then your Savings Highway username right there. So that's how you get the credit, right? This is not something that you're going to mass market. As a matter of fact, Brian was saying that could be the one thing that could screw the whole program up. So guys, we want to crawl, walk, run. Crawling is you're going to talk with the owners yourself, fill it out with them, okay? And if this isn't for you, that's okay. You don't have to do this, but it's available, all right? So they put the name of the business, what kind of business is it? This is important that we have 3 states that a lot of these health benefits are not available in, and also Aura is not available in these states as well, I just found out. So Aura is not available in these, and also in the Virgin Islands too, okay? But just looking at this, Brian, why don't you comment and give us, hey, you're here, you're the man, you know these benefits like the back of your hand. So why don't you give us a little training on some of these things and some of the highlights?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks, Steve, for mentioning the marketing agreement. So that marketing representative acknowledgement, that agreement is so important that Steve mentioned. Just make sure anybody that's going to market these programs, just need to make sure that you go ahead and take a little bit of time, just go in there, click on that, and fill that form out, please, just to make sure, read through it. It's going to talk about compliance and some other things, and then it's going to get you signed up to be able to market these programs. The main thing to keep in mind when thinking about these benefits is really they're not insurance. That's the most important thing. So you can't go out there and market them as if they are insurance or here to replace insurance. That's not what they are. But if a group does have insurance in place, even if they do have a group health plan in place, these benefits can absolutely enhance even that existing health insurance plan. Or many of these groups may be smaller groups or mid-sized groups that don't have any insurance plans in place at all. And these are great benefits for them as well. So when you look at these benefits, again, you're kind of thinking of all these types of benefits that can help these employees and their families, by the way. So all these benefits automatically include the employee, spouse, and legal dependents, with the exception of the ID theft protection through Aura Digital Guard. That does have individual family options sometimes that are available. But think of these benefits as family benefits straight out of the gate. And then all these benefits are really here, again, to just help those employees and their families save money on their out-of-pocket expenses and provide them with additional resources that they really need. So you look at these benefits like telemedicine. I saw a question come through about, are there any visit fees? We actually have a $0 visit fee option available. So you could certainly provide telemedicine through Teladoc, the largest and oldest telemedicine provider in the country, with $0 visit fees. So what that does is it gives the employees and their families $0 access to board certified physicians with an average of 20 years experience via phone or video. So from the comfort of their home or wherever they are, and they can have those visits with those board certified physicians virtually. The response time is typically on average 10 minutes. So compared to the average time it would take someone to actually schedule a doctor's appointment and go wait in a waiting room with a bunch of other sick people. So much faster response times as well. I see somebody in there wrote there they have Teladoc themselves, and it's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great benefit.
I used it like 7 times with me and my kids already.
Yeah, and Teladoc, the physicians can prescribe medications when medically necessary as well. So they can even prescribe those medications. And if you have our pharmacy discount program in the package, well, the member could actually go in and search for all the local pharmacies in the area, wherever they are. There's 60,000 pharmacies in that pharmacy network. And then they could search for the lowest cost and the best discount on that prescription and then have that prescription filled at that pharmacy. So it really puts the power back in the employee's hand, back in the consumer's hand, because a prescription at a CVS on one side of the street could be a completely different price than the same prescription on the other side of the street at another pharmacy. So that,
Brian, I want to tell you, there's a lady who's candy capable in our company that's in a wheelchair. And she was paying retail on her prescriptions, and now she's saving almost $1,000 a month with this free prescription program. And also her dad is saving $400 a month.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's what it's all about right there. Absolutely. So in addition to the virtual care for kind of general medical, which we just talked about, so like those kind of urgent care, cough, cold, flu, upper respiratory infections, allergies, we also have access to virtual care for mental health as well. So we have the mental health counseling, where you can get access to life coaches at $0 for up to 6 sessions, self-paced courses, as well as full-blown access to therapists and even psychiatrists as well are included in that as well.
And that's the plan that we offer guys. Is there's 6 free visits, and then they can settle with a therapist, and it's $25 a visit. So, I mean, I know I've had my kids in therapy before, and it was well over $100 a visit. We're talking about $25 a visit. So this one thing could save a family hundreds of dollars a month, that one benefit.
That's right. And typically, even if they need a psychiatry type visit where possibly medications are involved, that could even be $200 or more for that visit. And that still is just $25 through the program, through BEB360 as well.
Wow.
So now we get into some of this. We already talked about the prescription discounts, but now we're getting into some of these other point of service health discounts that you have the option, or the employer groups you work with have the option of including for their employees. So all these benefits are, again, point of service discounts. So they're not insurance, like we mentioned earlier. So there's no claims, there's no waiting periods or anything like that. So let's take dental as an example. So we have Aetna, obviously a huge, well-known carrier for our Aetna Dental Access Program. So what that benefit does is it allows members to basically pick and choose from a dentist inside that very huge Aetna Dental network. And they can actually just schedule an appointment with the dentist and then show their discount card at the time of service with the Aetna Dental Access logo on there. And they're going to receive a discount on whatever services they had that day. And they're just going to pay the discounted rate right there at the dental office.
Awesome.
So again, kind of thinking about how this may, so if it's not to get too much into the weeds, but for example, with dental insurance, oftentimes there'd be possibly a cleaning and 2 x-rays covered, right? There's a maximum that it would cover, typically $1,000 or something, and then it's capped. With this program, the entire family can use it as many times as necessary, and there's no waiting periods. So for example, even things for like orthodontia for kids, right? For orthodontia, they could use this benefit over and over and over again. I've had people come up to me across the country and tell me they save $1,000 just using this one benefit alone on something like that as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And then very similar for the vision. Again, you're going to get discounted access to vision providers. You're also going to get deep discounts on LASIK, actually up to 50% off of LASIK, which is huge if you know how much that actually can cost. So
Omar, well, you're the one that had the testimonial on that one. Huh?
I can attest to that. Yeah, we had a testimonial of a member right immediately after having the vision care. He saved $1,200 per eye, so $2,400 in total for the laser. It was great, absolutely amazing, and they were so happy because they were waiting on this surgery for years, and now they had the opportunity to do it at a discounted 50% off per eye, $2,400 in total. So amazing, yes.
And so, Brian, since we have a lot to cover, we can obviously you don't have time to go through every benefit, but if you just want to pick one, one or two, is there another one in here you'd like to mention before I skip down to the next section?
Let's just maybe talk about kind of we can bundle some of these together in a sense of there's also benefits like caregiver concierge programs and fertility, surrogacy, adoption benefits. So all these types of health advocacy type programs, these are all benefits that really an employer can implement to show the employees, in addition to the health discounts, that they really care about the employees and their families outside of work as well. So if you think about it, for example, let's talk about health advocacy. So what this benefit does is it helps the employees it gets them access to a dedicated health advocate or Health Pro, who will actually, they can call at any time or email, and they'll actually help them find the most cost-effective and quality doctors, specialists, surgeons, you name it. They'll do all that research on their behalf and then help them save money on and find the most quality medical providers throughout the country. There's also a medical bill saver portion to that as well. I know, Steve, you do that for the businesses, but for the families, there's a medical bill saver built into health advocacy as well, where just by reviewing medical bills, oftentimes they're incorrect. So any medical bills the employee could just submit to the health advocate, and they can actually review those medical bills on their behalf as well.
Well, I'm writing that one down because, as Johnny Carson used to say, I did not know that.
There you go.
Health advocate, that's dating myself, right? Johnny Carson. Advocacy has a medical bill. What is it?
A medical bill saver.
Wow. So that just put that benefit way up there for me. Okay.
Yeah, this is huge.
Okay. And then talk about the gym one real quick, because that's really cool too.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of flexibility. I like this benefit because the gym discount program, it's basically going to provide so much flexibility in gym memberships, because oftentimes you get locked into a long contract. You got to pay first and last month, all that kind of stuff. With this benefit, you basically get discounted access to gyms. Depending on what type of gym it is, it's normally $28 a month. And there's also premium gyms included where you can receive up to 70% off of even like premium type gyms like Orange Theory and some of those gyms as well. So it's a great discount program. But then if you ever want to switch, you can just kind of switch at any point throughout the year. There's no locked in contracts or anything like that. So yeah, just a great benefit to provide access to gyms. There's also a virtual component to that one as well, where the members can take advantage of 9,000 virtual workout videos as well.
Cool. Okay, let's move off to the pets.
Yeah.
How many of y'all have, show of hands on the chat, how many of you have pets? Love your pets as much as your family. There we go. Look at the hands raising up.
Yeah.
Hey, we need one more person on the call. We'll have 300. Somebody call a friend. Cool. Talk about this one, man. This is really, really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, pets, I can't remember the exact survey, but or study that came out that, pets, roughly 50% of people actually spend more on the healthcare expenses of their pets in a year than on themselves, right? Which is pretty crazy to think about, but I believe it based on the vet bills I've received in the past, right? And for my dogs, I actually just had to use our pet discount program that we have. And what our pet discount program does is it saves 25% off of all in-house veterinarian services in network. So there is a network through a company called PetAssure. It's the largest pet discount company in the country. And so you can actually just the members can pick and choose from a vet in the network, and they're going to receive 25% off of those typically huge vet bills. So there's a ton of savings to be had at the vet's office. And then we even have a pet telehealth program as well, believe it or not, where a lot of unnecessary vet visits can just be completely avoided. So the members can actually, for $0 per visit, they can virtually speak with a veterinarian and get some assistance as well virtually to try to avoid some of these vet visits totally. And then there's also an MB Pet RX program that can be included as well. And that basically is obviously just kind of like our RX program for humans, but just for savings on pet prescriptions, even like pet prescription food and things like that as well.
Yeah, and this is available inside your back office, everybody. If you go into your back office and you go for services for your family, then you can actually get that program right here for like less than $20 a month. And that can end up saving you a lot of money. And remember, all these things that you get in here, when people you refer buy them, you make 25%. So if you referred 4 people and they bought this, whether they were a free member, gold, platinum, titanium, doesn't matter, then you would make enough to cover your own service. So that's a pretty cool thing. Okay, back to this. All right, well, we can't get around the elephant in the room here, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., right? Can you tell us what's going on with this, man? What's going on with this, Brian?
Yeah, Aura. So Aura is a basically complete, robust ID theft protection and resolution benefit. Their technology is just spot on. And I can attest to this when I moved not so long ago. I actually moved a few times. And within a span of like 5 years, I moved a few times. It was a crazy time in my life. Every time I would move or there was a ping on my credit, I would basically alert it almost real time. And that's the most important thing when it comes to ID theft, is no company can guarantee that someone's never going to have their identity stolen, because unfortunately, in today's world we live in with all the technology and everything, our information is out there. It is what it is. But the key is how fast can you have a solution like Aura monitoring everything for you, being proactive about it, and then immediately taking action, and not just sending out some sort of checklist. They're going to notify the member, and then they are going to basically resolve the matter to 100%, and without basically having the member having to do as little as possible. And that's the key, is these things can take so much time and stress to try to resolve these things. But I mean, Aura is so proactive about it as well, where they're actually reaching out to data brokers on behalf of members, and they'll have them be removing their names and their phone numbers. They have things like call spam protection. So it's an all-in-one program, VPN protection, parental controls, right? Obviously financial protection as well. So like, financial transaction monitoring, all these different types of solutions when it comes to protecting someone's identity. Aura bundles them into one solution and then provides just absolutely amazing service in that one place.
It's amazing. And of course, everybody knows that, at aura.com, you can, for about $400, you can get a year, or you could pay $50 a month for their family plan. And everybody knows we have that for $29.97. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just worked up a $35 plan for one of our business owners today. And remember, this is important. I just have to cover this because, maybe you don't know this yet. But if you go to aura.com, this plan is ridiculous. You get all of this, okay? They have 30 benefits. It's incredible. But if you look at their pricing, it says $32 a month billed annually, right? So you have to say this. What's 32 times 12? That's $384 somebody could spend to get it for a year, or 50 monthly, right? We have it for $29.97 at Savings Highway Global, and we pay commissions to you. You make $7.50, anybody refer. But Brian, listen to this. I worked up a deal because of you and your company and the incredible relationship we have. I got him Aura and 7 other benefits for $35 a month per employee.
Wow.
And the representative is going to make $7.50 per employee, around $700 a month residual on that one deal. I mean, this is unbelievably cool, and no other affiliate marketing company has ever had this type of stuff, folks. This is amazing. All right, let's get on down. Let's go quickly, Brian. We're already only got 15 minutes left here.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we're talking about financial, and it's a good segue. So you just mentioned kind of ID theft protection and how you can actually bundle in other benefits sometimes in like a financial protection type package. Now we're talking about things like financial wellness. So access to accredited financial counselors who can help with everything from budgeting to saving from college to debt consolidation, all these kind of things. So someone doesn't have to go online and just start Googling things. They can actually speak via phone or video to an accredited financial counselor who can help them with their specific situation with their finances. And then obviously things like tax hotline, there's even things like a simple 1040 tax return included in that benefit, but then also obviously tax advice with attorneys, legal benefits, same thing, deep discounts on attorneys, also some free services included in there, like a free simple will is included in that as well.
Oh, and those plans sell for like $25, $35 a month retail. That's one of the benefits that we set up today for the guy, included. Yeah, amazing.
Yep, absolutely.
So there's a lot of stuff here, we have that we can do. Obviously, lowering the car insurance and the bills. So we will actually lower the bills of the employees. That's incredible. All right, so now we've got some other things. This is pretty self-explanatory. And then we ask them what are the top benefits that they care about. Let's say pick the top 5 or 7. So they check those off. Then we can really get together with them and give them a nice proposal. And then now we can say, well, which bills do you have? So, Brian, if you owned a business, a factory or something, like what kind of bills do you think you might have? Choose from any of these. Probably payroll. Almost everybody has that. Probably a merchant account, right? Cell phones, telecom, TV. These are very common things. Waste management, cleaning services, a big amount of things. Guys and ladies, we're saving businesses 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 or more on their bills. And by the way, when they pay their fee, you get a nice chunk. I mean, it's incredible. We've had reps make 10,000 or more for one referral on this. So in addition to getting monthly income on all of these great things that they're choosing, you're getting monthly paid. Yeah. We put the packages together for them. You're also getting this kind of one time a year or once every 2-year pay. All right. And then we also can audit their gas, electric, water, and workers' comp. What does that mean? That 80% of the time, they're overcharged thousands of dollars on their utility bills. And we have a team that will actually audit those. It takes 2 to 3 months, and they'll come back. And I asked, well, what's your lowest amount that you ever saved anybody? They said 1,000. They said, what's your highest? They said 100,000. So with this, the utility pays the business money. The business doesn't have to pay anything. The utility pays them money. It's incredible. And then we ask, what is your approximate budget? Brian, you have a lot of experience in this. What are you seeing across the board, like people are paying for their employees on a monthly basis?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. It's hard to say, Steve, just because it's hard to, there's so many different package combinations, right, from a benefit like Aura. So it's a little bit hard to say, but, typically, I think what you said earlier, those benefits around $30 a month is a good, per employee per month, but you're also including the family member in that. So, that's a good range that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. And we have right now people that are doing deals at 30, 35, 45. And then some of their executives are getting a $90 plan. That's one thing, folks. If you have a company and they have let's say they have 10 executives, but they have 50 employees, they may want to give the executives like a $90 plan. Well, they do that. They're getting everything, and you're getting more money per month as well. So you're going to earn anywhere from $7 to $20 a month per employee. So I know all of you are sitting there like, oh man, I know a few businesses right now that I could go talk to. So we get their contact information, and that's it. So Brian, how about a few stories that you might have about how these benefits have helped people in their everyday life? Just anything before we let you go off tonight, anything that really comes to mind that's just like, wow, that was a really cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing with me is one of my perks of working at this company is I get every single one of these benefits available for me and my family. So I can look back over the last decade or so and just talk about nonstop stories. I'll share some of them. I mean, I remember, one of the benefits where we have access to the doctors, and my son was very young, an infant, and he had a rash, and my wife was freaking out and wanted to take him to the emergency room, right? How much would that have cost my family? But we were able to snap a picture and get on the visit and have that resolved with the pediatrician so quickly, and just put us at peace of what was going on and what it was, and it wasn't a big deal. So that was one example.
That saved you $1,000 or $2,000.
Oh yeah, easily.
I took my son to an emergency room because he was paranoid about it, and after insurance, we paid $950.
Yeah. Even the roadside assistance benefit, I don't think we talked about too much earlier, but even the roadside assistance, that's another one that I've used actually on the way to a conference. Again, no cost afterwards. The person came out very timely fashion. I smashed something on the road in the morning. I don't know what it was. Flat tire, tore up the bottom of my car. They came out right away and helped me with that. And I didn't have to pay anything at the time for the service.
Awesome.
The pet benefits are another one, Steve. I mean, that one I just used again. My dog has pet allergies, and it's like nonstop. So being able to just over and over get that discount is a huge savings for my family, to be able to provide the care for her that, like you said, it's part of the family as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
and one more was the medical bill, since we didn't talk about that, Steve, too much. And it was kind of new to you today. Actually, you forgot that one's even available. After my wife had her son, I think it was almost 8 months later, I received a bill in the mail for about $12,000 from the hospital.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, what is this? I kind of fell off the chair, and then I was like, okay, let me see what this is. So it turns out I had no idea what it was. So I basically just took that bill, sent it over to Health Advocacy, the medical bill saver portion, went to work, didn't have to even take any time doing anything. They got back to me the same day, let me know it was some sort of pre-authorization issue. They'd taken care of it, and I just owe like the $25 copay or something right there. So that's an example of the savings and the time and the stress and the resources that these types of benefits can provide to members.
So that health advocacy, I think, based on that, I'm gonna push that a lot harder in my proposals.
Yeah.
So yeah, and when we do the proposals for everybody, we'll include more details also so they can really see it. Yeah, somebody said medical bills are the number one reason people file bankruptcy, right? Like,
Right.
So this is great. Everybody, can we just give Brian a thank you, for coming on here and giving like some cool fire emojis or something, and we really appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much.
Brian, you're the man. You're the man.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate it very
Fantastic.
much.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
And say hi to everybody in corporate. Thank you.
Will do. Bye.
All right, folks. So that's phenomenal. We're really excited about BEB360 now, one of the 3 divisions of Savings Highway, right? This is becoming something very, very big with legs and teeth, and it's going to go for a long time to help all of you that want to participate. I mean, if you think about this, if you start working on it now and you get 1 employer a day, for example, go talk to 5 or 10 a day. If you want to just go out door to door, business to business, whatever, but you can start with people right? And also, Omar, you had a nice little tip for, hey, maybe you don't know any business owners. So what was your tip you wanted to share?
Yeah, just 2 minutes. Yeah, right. Our focus here is crucial. It's the piece of the puzzle, right? How to confidentially and effectively approach businesses and decision makers about offering your employees benefit package. You may feel challenged that you don't know a lot of businesses, but you know a lot of employees. So this is really simple, really simple. We have a website, BEB360, that is going to do the job for all of us. So in reality, what Steve Gresham is saying, that you don't need to sell, you don't need to talk, let the expert do the job, is in reality what we are looking forward in every single rep that is, willing to do this and make some extra income. So the BEB360, we show you the page, a few minutes ago with all the benefits there. You just need to approach a business owner and say, what would you like from here to offer your employees? That's really simple.
I was talking about the other tip that you had. If you don't know a business owner, but you know somebody who works somewhere.
Yeah, well, I said it last night. Yeah, exactly. If you don't know any business owner or any business, you know people that are employees. So you sit down with them, you approach them, and you just ask, out of all these benefits, what are you getting from your employer? A lot of them are going to say none of them or just a few. So they're really going to be the ones that are going to push all this for you with their employers. So they're going to open up the door for all of us, and you just need to make a quality appointment with the professional so you can get paid. That's exactly the whole point of this. Okay, the programs that Saving Highway Global are, it's our offering right now is no selling for every single member. So we have a system in place with professionals that are going to handle this for every single one of us. So let the expert do the work. Let's just make a quality approach, or like quality appointment, and we will take care of the rest. Okay.
Yeah, very good, very good. So everybody, we're going to take questions in a little bit, but I would like to just do 5 minutes real quickly, or maybe 10 minutes on My Millionaire Mastery. How many of you here in the chat would let me know, are you interested in the My Millionaire Mastery, the mentorship and the coaching, how to become a millionaire, and then having tons of benefits? We just tallied up. I'm not releasing what all the products and services included are, but literally it was over $18,000 in value, real value. Yeah, look at all these amazing people here. Everybody's interested in this. So I'm going to shift to My Millionaire Mastery, and I'm going to do maybe 10 minutes. And then after that, we're going to take questions tonight for those of you who have questions. And I want you to also remember at the end of the call, as always, if you got any value out of this tonight, if you do, I would like you to go to our Facebook group and just say what you're excited about. Okay. All right. So, well, let me get right to it. So My Millionaire Mastery is going to be the ultimate coaching course, really. I mean, a lot of people don't have time to study. Let me get to this. A lot of people don't have time to study, read all the books, listen to all the audios. And then also, who are you going to listen to, right? Like maybe there's somebody successful, but maybe what they're saying isn't going to resonate with you. Well, my Millionaire Mastery, we're going to have different experts that will come and speak with you, but we'll be doing weekly training by email and audios and things like that. But we'll also have a monthly, mentoring session, and it'll be recorded. If you're part of My Millionaire Mastery, you'll get part of the recordings. But you'll soon have a website like this, and it's just like BEB360. Have somebody put your site name in there. Now we're going to pre-launch this maybe in about a week. Okay. If things goes as I plan, we're going to pre-launch this probably next Wednesday night. And that's why I wanted to have BEB360 Brian on tonight with new benefits, because next week I think we'll be talking about this. And all you're going to do for the first 30 to 45 to 60 days, we'll decide based on the numbers that come in when we actually turn it on. By the way, I just want to mention congratulations to Mark Center. He just sent his payment in for Titanium Annual, which is saving him $400 a year because he wants to be a Titanium. He gets 2 months free. Well, one of the benefits, one of the bonuses of My Millionaire Mastery will be the Titanium Annual. Just one of them. But there's many. And that's the part that I'm going to keep I want to tell you, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut because what's going to happen as we put people through the MMM system, once they see all the value that they're going to get, literally $18,000 worth of value, and they see the price, they're just going to join. And you're going to make $700 on every personal referral and $50 up to 10 levels deep. Actually, I decided to go ahead and pay a little bit more on level 2. So we're actually going to do 700, 100, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50.
Okay.
So that means, Omar, if you referred me and I go out there and refer 3 MMM members, I would make 2,100 and you make 300. Right?
Absolutely. I'm going to help you do it.
That's right. So everybody will have this, and then once they put it in there, it will go to a video, a sales page, and so forth. Now, this is not by any means the final sales page, but I'm going to give you some of the details about My Millionaire Mastery tonight so that you can get an idea. Let's just go down. Again, I'm not telling you what all the things are going to get, but the coaching and the training is what we're selling. And that is also, if everything goes as planned, everybody cross your fingers and your toes as much as you can. If everything goes as planned, we will be able to offer financing. So we will part of the course will be how to use other people's money to become a millionaire. Because literally you'll be able to finance it, make your 3 referrals, pay off your financing, and then all the $18,000 in value is yours for free.
Yep,
when that duplicates 10 levels, you are a multimillionaire. There's never been a system this easy, this much value, low price. And it really comes from this phrase, and I want everybody to remember this. Make an offer that's so good people feel silly saying no. And that's what we're doing. So anyway, this is a system so good you'd be crazy to say no. My Millionaire Mastery, finally a system that can help everyday people like you become millionaires, break through barriers, reach your full potential. It's a complete system to eliminate blockages, save more, earn more. This is going to be incredible. There are over 22 million millionaires in the US. If you are a millionaire, congratulations. Would you like to make more millions? If you're not a millionaire, would you like to reach that millionaire status? This program could help you to do it. So it says, wait, what? Over 22 million millionaires, and why are you not one of them yet? All right. So the truth is, becoming a millionaire isn't magic. It's following 3 simple proven principles. 1, you got to save money. Millionaires save money, believe me. It's the habits you create when you're poor or you're middle class that can get you to millionaire. There's a phrase that I really love. It says, treat your Pinto like a Ferrari. So when you get your Ferrari, you won't treat it like a Pinto.
Cool.
Right? So save money, make money, and then invest. Invest wisely. And then that's investing in your savings. That's investing in your index universal life policies, which will have, experts come on and talk to you about different things that you could do. Actual people who are financial advisors as part of Millionaire Mastery as well. And tax strategists and all kinds of things. That's part of it. Like, we want you to get rich. That's it. And we want you to avoid the things that are not going to make you rich. So that in itself, the training and the course is far worth more than the price. But then there's also titanium annual. Then there's also free vacations. Then there's also, I want to tell you, you got to hang on. Okay. All right. So we'll be releasing your benefits list soon in the pre-launch of MMM. Okay. But this is the kind of home that you could envision yourself in. If you like that type of thing, you got to be a millionaire to get these types of things. And life is short. Yeah, we have a lot of people who are 75 on here. You can still do it. Literally, folks, if you bring 3 people in a month and they bring 3 in a month, it goes 10 months. You are a millionaire.
Less than a year. Correct.
In less than a year. So let's look at a quick business comparison. McDonald's versus My Millionaire Mastery. Omar, just take a look at this and, without going through everything, just everybody kind of read this for a second. I'm giving everybody like 60 seconds, just read this. And then Omar, you just give me your comments on it after when I call
I'm gonna give you a straight comment, okay? As a franchise previous, like franchise owner, I own a franchise at one point. I'm telling you, this is the great example ever compared to our MMM, business model. No comparison. It's this is incredible. It's just, if you get me back 10 years, 15 years, when I purchased my franchise, that I had to have a lot of money on my bank account, liquidity, and going through a process, it was insane. And this there's no comparison. Tell me about it. I would have saved so much money back 15 years ago. This is incredible. This is the real opportunity right here. Make a lot of money and none of the hassle that you have to go through. So
let's everybody in the chat put something. If you're reading this chart here, put just 1 or 2 things in the chat that stand out to you. Because we're not making this stuff up. This is right off the internet. This is what it takes, right?
It's real. Okay. It's real. I can attest to that. It's real.
Bill Constain is on. Fantastic. He will be giving the financial advice because he is a certified planner. Good to have you on here, Bill. Kathy says Bill. 8 levels of duplication. Michael says nice price. Virginia, 1 month to break even. You can literally do it in a day. There's no limits to this. No overhead. Time commitment. You can do this part-time. Yeah. Cicely says breaking even in 7 to 10 years, no time for that. Right? Low startup cost. What about the royalties they have to pay? That's a good point. Mm-hmm. Price points. With us, low, no overhead, no employees. So, everybody's getting this. This just makes sense. I don't want to start a McDonald's, although that's a great business for a lot of people, obviously. But I don't want to wait 7 to 10 years to break even. I don't want to have to get permitting and a building and a staff and wonder who's stealing from me and make sure everybody's doing good. And no. What if I could just literally be here and put one of the bonuses I'm going to tell you is an automated texting system. So you're going to say, well, I'm not good at sales. I don't want you to be.
Exactly.
All I want you to do is take the real people that you actually know and don't judge them and just put something in. And I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. And then I want you guys to tell me how you believe you will feel doing it and how you believe other people will feel doing it in the chat. Okay? This is how it's going to go. Omar, you are a Savings Highway Global Rep, and you want to participate in My Millionaire Mastery, right? And no, it's not in your back office yet. We're pre-launching next week. So we have to make sure that everybody's not going to put spam and leads in the system, right? Now, this is going to be included. There's no extra fee. This is going to be $100 a month value. It's a $1,200 a year value that will be included absolutely free inside My Millionaire Mastery. And as long as you play by the rules and you do it the right way, it should work for you. Although, I have to say a disclaimer, we can't guarantee savings, we can't guarantee earnings. It's all results vary. But as long as you play by the rules and you do the right thing, it should work for you. The average person in America has 640 contacts on their phone. Okay? And that's not even talking about social media, where you may have 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. But just on your phone with this particular system, Omar, I know like you're with the company, right? But I want you to pretend you're not with us. And you're hearing this the first time, right? Like I want your real reaction on this. So you're an MMM, you're getting coached, you're getting all these thousands of dollars in benefits. You finally have a chance in your life to become a millionaire. And what I'm asking you to do is don't talk to people. I'm asking you to take your phone and put 10 names, or you could do it on your computer, put 10 names on your computer, it's fine, and numbers, and then press a button, right? And what that's going to do, it's going to queue up the automated texting system. In 30 minutes from that point, it's going to text them with a message on your behalf. Now, we're going to say, Omar, once you have entered the names, this is how it's going to work, folks. I'm just training you right now. Once you've entered the names, you're going to send a text personally to those people one time. And it's going to say something like this. Hey, Steve, it's Omar. Or if you don't know him very well, Omar Garcia. Remember me from whatever, or I don't remember where we met, or whatever you want to put. But then you say, I believe this will interest you also. I found this automated texting system that's helping us save money and make money with doing absolutely zero selling. In about 30 minutes, I put your name in so you could see it. In about 30 minutes, you're going to get a text from the automated system. If you could just do me a favor and just reply back with yes, so you can see how it works for free. Okay? Do you guys feel like you could? Yeah, you could email them, but this is a texting system primarily. There's an email component too. Let's do the questions at the end. Okay, so Omar, would you feel okay? Like you could handle that? Like,
absolutely.
You're not explaining anything. You're not doing a sales pitch. That's all you're doing, right?
Yeah.
How many of you feel like you could do that? If you feel like you could do that, put me in the chat. Actually, put MMM in the chat. If you feel like you could do that, I want you to put MMM in the chat. How many coming in? Look at that.
It doesn't get better than that.
No, that's all we're asking you to do. And we'll give you 2 or 3 different options that are approved of exactly what to say. And they will be psychologically taking the pressure off the person, taking the pressure off of you. All right. Thank you, Angela. Okay. So now in 30 minutes, let's say I had sent it to Omar, right? I had put Omar's name in his phone number. Oh, by the way, you guys want to talk about a frenzy of people joining? Because the first thing it's going to do is get them in for free. But when you go into the texting system, you better pay attention on this one, guys and ladies. We all work on fear of loss and scarcity and urgency, right? That's how money is made. If I go to put Omar's name in that texting system and one of the other My Millionaire Mastery members has already put him in there and his phone number, it's going to say, sorry, Steve, someone else has entered Omar into the system already.
Oh, wow. Okay. You know what that means, people?
Because you can't enter him again. He's already in it.
Yeah.
So if he's your friend or somebody that you really want, I guarantee you're going to pick up the phone at that point.
Yeah.
If you're a marketer. But anyway, for the majority of people, you've got different contacts than other people. But once that somebody's in that system, it's tagged. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to enter 10, and you're going to have at least 1 or 2 of those reply back with a yes before you can enter another 10. And if you're in My Millionaire Mastery, as long as you keep getting a yes 1 or 2 out of 10, you can continue to use it over and over and over up to 500 contacts. And if you have 500 contacts in the system and you just need 3 to become MMM members to become a millionaire, then 3 is what percent of 500? About 0.5%.
Yep.
0.6. So you can get, 497 no's and 3 yeses. But you know what? One of the reasons that people will join is because we're telling them we don't want you to sell. All you have to do is this one simple activity. So what it will do is it will send another message. It will say, hey, Omar, this is your automated tax system.
From Steve.
As promised, from Steve Gresham, right? And we believe you're going to love this. We believe this will interest you also. We're helping people save money and make money with absolutely no selling whatsoever. If you'd like to know how it works, just please go ahead and do Steve a favor and reply back with yes. What do you do, Omar?
I will reply yes.
Reply yes. That's when we pour the value on and we get them in as a free member. They need to, in order to learn how this system is actually going to work, they need to create their account. When they create their account, they are now your referral in your unilevel, and you didn't say a word. Once they get in there, that's when we'll present them with the upgrade video of why they want to get in My Millionaire Mastery. The only thing people who join through My Millionaire Mastery will be able to do, thank you, Dan Alexander, I agree. And guys, it comes from God, man. I mean, this is through a lot of prayer and a lot of studying, and, I can't take all the credit for this, but God gives me the imagination. That's the one. I have many flaws. I'm not a perfect person. I am definitely not perfect, but God did give me this creative vision. And he also gave me a love for people and a desire not to just make a bunch of money myself, but to help families get out of debt and live the life where they can have, like my kids, fantastic, amazing, caring kids, super smart, because I was there for them. I was there for them their whole life. That's what I want for you guys. I don't want, like the lady last night, amazing lady on the call, in the concierge call, lost her job like 4 times in the last year. And she's over 70. You guys, this is your solution. The stock market may go up or down, right? But we have things here to help you to protect yourself.
Yep.
So that's all that it does. And then once they're in, then we're inviting them to the calls. We're doing the closes for you. We're giving them the scarcity, the urgency, the FOMO, as somebody wrote. Fear of missing out. Not you. Also, once they're in for free, guess what? We will help them to sign up for the banking app so you can make money, or the car gas money, or whatever. Like, we'll help them to upgrade. If they don't do My Millionaire Mastery, we'll get them at the downsell, titanium. You still make $100.50 a month. If they don't do that, platinum. If they don't do that, gold.
Yep.
And if they just want to be a free member, we're going to love them and nurture them until they're ready to upgrade. So how many folks like what I'm talking about here? And, I'm just going to show you the comp plan real quick. I mean, I have to say, this is the simplest thing in the world. Remember, McDonald's 7 to 10 years to break even. Here you can do it, really, you can do it as fast as you want. It's for 3 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no time limit.
So here's what you would earn when you introduce 3 members. Now you can this is a unilevel, so you can introduce 4, 5, 10. I imagine we're going to have some people that will do 10 a week. People who already market high ticket. Guys, stop selling garbage. Give them real value.
Yep.
Every titanium benefit, vacation certificates, I mean, real value, right? And if somebody does 10 in a week, they make $7,000 a month.
Wow.
And I'm going to give you a little tip as to one of our bonuses that we're going to do as well tonight. Now, if you want to be a millionaire in this program, you have to duplicate. You have to. It's got to be at least, if you just do 2 and they do 2 and they do 2, you'll make a lot of money, but you won't be a millionaire. But if you do 3 and help them do 3 and help them do 3 like that, this is what this chart is showing you. So level 2, we're going to pay you actually $100.
Wow.
So if you referred, 3 people who did their 3, you just made another $900. You are in profit.
Yeah.
And then it pays $50 all the way down, folks, through 10 levels. If you build it as a 3 by 4.4 million a year.